today I'm building in Glimmerbrook again, and this is part of my Glimmerbrook save file. So last week I did the library. That's technically a residential lot, but this one is a commercial lot. It is going to be the only commercial lot in the world just because I wanted a bunch of families and stuff in it, and there's not that many lots in Glimmerbrook. There's 5 of them, so I did this one as a bar. It usually is a bar on this lot, so I figured I wanted a nice place for all of the families I'm gonna make to kind of like meet with each other, and you could kind of like, if you play with the save file, you could go to the bar and you could kind of like see everyone together, is what I hope. Right now I didn't make all of the Sims yet. So when I went to the bar, I did see 2 of the Sims that I did place in the world kind of show up, but then of course there's like other random people who show up from different worlds and stuff. But yeah, so for the shape of this, I was going for like some sort of town feel. I don't really build commercial lots very often, so I don't really know how to do a shopping area very well. So I was on Pinterest and I found a like Halloween decoration set for this reference picture. So I'm going to pull that up right now. Here it is. And as always, I'll have it linked in my description so that you could see it bigger, especially because if you're on a phone, it's probably very tiny. But let me pull it up on mine again because I completely lost where it is. But yeah, so it's a Halloween decoration. It has like little pieces sticking out wherever. um I liked the shape of it, and so I thought it would be easy to replicate, and it kind of was. The roofing gave me some trouble. I really liked how interesting the roofing was on the picture, but I couldn't really figure out how to do it. I also added a tower because I thought that it looked a little weird, and I end up changing it a little bit, not in the recording. So when I was going to record the like little intro part showing the build, I decided that I wanted to give the roofs more of a curved shape for like the square pieces. I also made the tower a medium wall height because I thought it looked a little bit funny, and it kind of does. I'm sure that like most people would probably think it's fine, but yeah, I was like taking the picture. I'm like, this is horrible. And then I started getting in my head. So I was like, this is the worst build I've ever made. And then I'm like thinking that, well, I'm just going to have to post it because it's Friday and I've been working on this all week. And it was because I was working on some other builds too. I've finally kind of gotten back into building and having fun with building where it's not taking me forever. It still takes me a while to get interested in interiors, but I've been building a lot of exteriors. Literally yesterday I built like 3, but they're not completely finished. But yeah, I've been watching American Horror Story again because it's October and I'm thinking about Halloween. So I've like, anytime I watch a creepy show, I really want to build because I want to like create something that has that atmosphere. So I started working on one of the lots for this. It is going to be like multiple builds on one lot. I'm going to try and keep it like as playable as possible because I've done a build where there is so many lots, so many builds on one lot, and it was so laggy. So I'm going to try to not have that happen this time, but it's going to be all the way on top of the hill in this world. It's the biggest lot, and it's going to have a fortune teller's house. There's like a little church that I built with a cemetery, and then there's going to be a professor's house to the right. And so I'm hoping that those 3, it's okay. I still am unsure how I'm going to split up the videos for that, because originally I was going to do like the exterior and interior for each of them as a video, but then I started some of the other exteriors before I finished the one build. So I'm getting confused in my head, but I'm sure it's fine. I'll figure it out. So this is the bar for the world. I am going to make a bartender for this lot. I mean, she's not going to be able to like actually be the bartender because it's set up as a bar, so they just hire a random person. But my idea for this is that the person who owns this bar is a woodworker. She kind of like builds the furniture for the bar and stuff. There's a potion shop that's like right on the like top level too. And she's a spellcaster. Most of the Sims in this world are going to be spellcasters. Um, so I figured that she was living here for a while and she was just like upstairs in her apartment. And then she kind of like started slowly moving out to her girlfriend's house, who is going to live in like this witchy cabin, is what I'm thinking. Because originally it was going to be like some sort of stone cottage. But then I was like, okay, but if the woodworker's living there, I feel like it would kind of be cute if she kind of is like doing repairs on the house and she's like building the furniture for the house and stuff. I thought it would be a nice little like tie-in. So that's kind of what I'm planning on doing for that. I have not made the Sims yet. And for like the exterior and the wallpapers that I picked ones very similar to the library. So there's like the half timber get together as well as the get together stone and the bricks from Realm of Magic, which I really like. I love the Realm of Magic bricks now. I don't usually pick wallpapers that have the corner pieces that auto place with something like that because it usually is buggy and sometimes it doesn't place. But the Realm of Magic ones, I feel like they place correctly. From what I've seen for this build, I'd have to like play around with it and see if it does it for the others, but there looks like there's a corner on every corner that they're supposed to be. I also expanded the back a little bit just because it seemed kind of flat, and I put a little porch out here because I figured that it would be nice to have some sort of outdoor seating here. For the back landscaping, I ended up doing just like continuing the woods that are around the place. I didn't really know what else to do out there. I wanted it to kind of blend in a little bit better and it not just seem very flat because it is a flat lot. There is no terrain raising or lowering at all in this lot. Which I think is going to be the case for the next that like the fortune tellers area, except now that I'm thinking about it, I could definitely try and make the professor's house up on a hill a little bit. It depends on how it looks because that's kind of like a bunch of sidewalks, kind of like this. I use the same exact Realm of Magic stone. Normally I really like the Journey to Batu stone floors, but because this is pack limited, I forgot to mention that again. All the packs that am using for the save file are in the description. There's still a bunch that I'm using. I'm just like limiting it to like, I think it was around 15 total packs. Most of them are expansion packs, and then there's only like 2 or 3 stuff packs, and then just the occult game packs. But yeah, they're all in the description. But yeah, this is the little forest I was going with. I just thought that it would look nice to kind of like be sitting outside of the bar and just be surrounded by trees. I end up decorating with some pumpkins and stuff. I've been like really wanting to build some haunted houses and build with a bunch of pumpkins and stuff. And so the save file, I don't think they're going to be every week of October. I think I might space these out a little bit because I do want to do some more very like Halloween themed builds or like scary builds within this month. Next week it is not going to be the save file build because I'm going to be posting a collab build which is another save file. I'm not sure if it's going to be put together as a save file or if you could just download the builds and kind of place them yourself, but that's also in Glimmerbrook. So it would go well with this honestly, but I'm not going to take that build and add it to this. I already have plans for the lot that I built that on, and so wouldn't make sense anyway. But it has a very similar style to this. I started that a few weeks ago, so I've been in a very consistent style lately, and that's something that I've been second guessing too, and I was getting kind of tired of like I was like, I just keep posting the same sort of build over and over again. And that's fine. But I got in my head about it because this one is so similar to the library with like the color palette and The next week's video is very similar as well, except I do use different wallpapers for that because that is not pack limited. So I use a bunch of different stuff in that. But yeah, I really liked these the light posts. I thought that they like worked really well. I normally struggle to place those around, but I kind of like I decided to just try and overplace them, and it worked out. They don't give off a lot of light, and I realized that I can't change the color of the light bulbs as I can with some of the other ones, which was a little disappointing. That's okay. But yeah, I'm like playing around with that roof. I do end up changing everything. It's not even going to be shown in the video. But yeah, this is the interior. I kind of started with just placing the bar down to figure out where I was going to have that area and kind of work around that because I figured as soon as the bar is placed, I can kind of work around that. And in my head, I was kind of imagining like a British pub. And so I pulled out this one that I think is Cottage Living or no, this one's Get Together, I think. I could be wrong. I don't know if it's Cottage Living or Get Together, that bar, but I really like it. And so I was like, okay, I want it like a little fence sort of thing where like the employee kind of like goes in through that. But I was struggling, as you could see. None of it was placing correctly. I didn't want the counters like flickering into each other because it's pretty annoying to look at. And so I was like, okay, I'll just make it a wall. And it was a good choice. Did I keep the gate? I might have. Yeah, okay. I'm sure the gate's probably still there. I guess the lighting changed. I might have added more lights. And I wanted this to feel like a magical bar. I didn't want it to just feel like um a normal pub. So I have a little herb thing over there, an herb workstation. I'm not really sure what it's called. It's from Cottage Living, though, one of my favorite items. And I'm just pulling out different furniture to kind of try and get the vibe of what I want the build to have. I do not go with that blue couch because the swatch was um it was too much. And I apologize for like I feel like that was kind of hard on the eyes, that section, because like for some reason the walls just kept getting highlighted like nonstop in this build. And even while I was building it, I was just like, oh my god. But yeah, so I decided to make a little seating area that has a fireplace in this little corner. So the floor plan for this is a little bit different. I kind of like figured it out as I went because I'm not completely comfortable with doing commercial lots and like figuring out how they flow. And I wanted it to be broken up. I didn't want it to just be one big open space. And so I have a hallway that leads to the back where you could kind of go out to the deck. Then there's that little lounge area with the fireplace. And then like the main area, I kind of just placed tables around until it kind of looked right. I knew that I wanted another seating area by that huge window in the front that has some of the stained glass on it. And so I wanted like it to be like you sit down, you could look out that area. And so I use the same sort of tables all around the bar. I don't really change it up that much. I use one um what is the picnic table inside because I thought it fit in really nicely and I felt like yeah, the woodworker could have definitely made that sort of thing. But yeah, I went with this like deeper purple because I felt like it blended in a little bit better. I liked that it made the space feel a little bit like darker and cozier. Yeah, I'm not really great with like really bright like accented colors. I think that's something I really struggle with, especially when I turn off my reshade. That's normally like the point where I'm like, this doesn't really feel like it fits in. And I still haven't uploaded the library to the gallery yet. I was gonna go back and see if any of the colors needed to be changed out because of that. But I think it was okay because I recorded a reel and I didn't see anything that I like really didn't like. I put a foosball table in because I thought that there needed to be some activities in this bar. That's kind of like my biggest complaint when it comes to community lots in The Sims is your Sims just don't have a lot to do. They kind of go somewhere and they kind of like sit and watch TV. And I'm sure that's what's going to happen because there is a TV in this bar. So I built this as a residential at first because I needed to change the lighting of the world. and I needed a sim here to do that because it was like really like the lighting in this world is a little bit hard to build with. And so I had to use like MCCC to change it around and stuff. But this corner is my favorite corner in the build. I just felt like it was the best area, and so I put a lot of attention into it. I love a clock wall, and I really liked all the clutter that sits on top of the piano. The horse ranch piano is life changing. I use so much horse ranch in this world. It just like it fits in so well with some of these packs. Like the vibe of it feels very antique and beautiful. And so it like works in a lot of the builds that I do. And yeah, so I'm just like trying to create accent walls because I didn't want it all to be the same wallpaper. Upstairs, I think I forgot and it's all just the same wallpaper, and that's fine. Usually I forget those things. Oh, I think the problem that I was noticing with the walls like getting highlighted way more, I think it was just more noticeable because the walls didn't have wall paint on it. Normally, I do the floor plan first and then I pick out all of the wallpapers, so like if the walls flicker a little bit, it's not as noticeable, I don't think, as if they're like glowing white walls. And because I did the floor plan as I went, I didn't have any wallpaper on it. My dogs are barking. Hold on, I'll take a second. Okay, some time passed, so it should be quieter. My brother's dog comes over almost every day, and my dog Aria likes to play with him, and so she barks a lot. And I'm assuming that they got really tired and now they're taking a nap, which is enough time to finish the video and the voiceover. But I am just picking out a bunch of different clutter. I'm using that base game perfume bottle set kind of as potions just to like change some things up. So I'm not just using the Realm of Magic potion bottles everywhere. I felt like it's a different little touch to just using the same things over and over again. But I will be using that a lot throughout this entire save file. I believe that I'm going to use it a bunch in the fortune teller shop that I'm working on too, which I think is going to be the next in the save file videos, but that's not going to be out until, let me see, the 23rd is no wait yeah, the 23rd, because the 16th is going to be the other house that I'm doing for a witchy collab. So yeah, I'm considering maybe doing a couple weeks where there's 2 videos just because I am working on some other stuff too for like haunted houses and stuff. I'm thinking about doing some like haunted house shells, and I don't really decorate the full interior. I'll do like the floor plan and add like spider webs around and stuff like that. So I'm kind of hoping that I could get a couple of videos out a week for some of the weeks of October, just because I have a lot of builds that I want to do in this time, and I feel like this is like the time where I feel most inspired because I love building haunted houses, and it's been a while since I got to do one because I've been focusing a lot on the like the witchy builds that I kind of miss doing those now. Like I just want to build something that looks like it can exist just walking down the street and it's like a little scary and people are like, "Yeah, I'm not going near that house." That's kind of what I want to build at least a couple of times this month. Um I kind of talked over some of the clutter. You kind of had seen some of the clutter that I did. I use the same stuff I always kind of use. I'm doing the bathroom. I wanted like 2 toilets in here just because it was a big bathroom space and it made sense to kind of just split it up a little bit. So there's a sink and 2 toilets. And this back room, I was thinking of, it's kind of like a storage room, but there is also a table to go sit back here because it felt big enough. And the storage isn't like too I like all over the place for it not to also be functional as being able to sit down. Um, I feel like there's a possibility that this could maybe function as a restaurant if you kind of change some things around, but I didn't pick get to work for the save, so this doesn't use any get to work, and that would require that. So the same with the potion shop upstairs is kind of just for show, but If you download it and you decide you want to change some things and you want to like run a shop or run a restaurant, I'm sure those will probably be easy to change. You might need to add some different tables around. When I went to go change this to a bar from residential, I had to add some dining room chairs to make it functional. And I just put those upstairs in the attic. Like I did the woodworking ones where they're kind of messed up. So I figured that that's kind of like she made some chairs and now they're no longer in use because maybe she got better at woodworking, and so she made the stools and stuff instead, and then she kind of like stores everything upstairs, which might have been difficult to do because it's just a ladder to get all the way up there. I don't show that, I don't think, because I kind of completely forgot about the tower. Sometimes that happens when I'm doing builds, especially if it's like a tiny little tower and then I don't know what to do with it. I think I put a bookcase up there and then I'm like, I'll get back to it, and then I never did. And then I was like, all right, I'll just put the chairs there. And so this is the potion shop section. I was kind of annoyed that I couldn't put a platform because for some reason when you want to like put either fences or platforms down, and there's roof pieces that kind of take up like the space and disappear, they reappear when you place those down. So I couldn't do that, so I just kind of like put some stone and put two little fence pieces to kind of create the illusion that it's a separate space, because I couldn't do the other thing that I wanted to do, but that's fine. It's a very small room. I kind of imagined that like you walk up the stairs and there's just like the hallway that leads to an apartment and also a shop like above the bar. I thought it like made sense, and there's a separate entrance for it on the side. I was originally going to make it connected to the bar, but I wanted this like potion shop to either be like a separate owned place by somebody else, or it is owned by the woodworker. I wasn't sure which one, so I'm like, I'm just gonna have them separate. So if I want to change the story, if I want to like make someone else own this little shop, I could do that too, because I'm still figuring everything out. So yeah, the save file won't be ready for a little bit just because there's a lot that's going into it, which I knew was going to happen, which is why I haven't done one ever. But it is a small world. It's only 5 lots, and then plus the magic world. I'm thinking it'll definitely be done by like the new year. It's currently October, and because I'm gonna do some other builds in October too, I kind of feel like this could be done by the end of November, possibly. It really depends on if I have some other builds that I want to do in between, because I don't want to like force myself to only work on this, because then I might get tired of doing it and then like I might like slack and not put as much effort as I do want to put into it. Um, and yeah, because I'm really starting to want to build again, I don't want to like push myself and force myself to only do one thing for like months, because that's dangerous and I might just like get tired of it like right away and then like not want to build. But it's just like, I don't know, but this is the apartment area now. I wanted to kind of just seem like it could be a temporary living area, where like she kind of took most of her belongings with her when she moved, but she still owns the apartment above the bar. And so like if she's working like a late night or something, there's always like her workspace up here. If she needs to fix some stuff, she would just come up here, and like that's her workspace too. Almost like an office, but she could sleep here if she chooses to. There's like a little mini fridge. There's no stove or anything, so it'd just be like quick meals out of the fridge. And like if you want something, you go down to the bar and you get something there. But yeah, that's like the whole build. I just placed some pumpkins around because I felt like it was fitting. But yeah, next week I'll have the collab build out. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.